And we're live.
We're live in living color.
Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right. All right.
Welcome, everybody, to Wrestling Pit Podcast. Of course, here on YouTube.com. Followed by, we have Little Big Man Gay. Oh, we got Shade popping in.
Oh,
Let's, uh,
there goes
let's,
Shay.
let's
Hold
go
on. Let me
ahead.
get it in here.
Shay, we
Shay
just
popped it.
just
Shay
popped in
popping
on the
in.
live. So, of course, we got the season premiere of Friday Night Smackdown last night. Um, so let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So, as you can see from our background, my background, season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, new logo. We got a new intro. Think some by Megan Thee Stallion featuring I forgot who the guy was, but it was I guess a guy.
Boo.
I forgot who the guy's name was, but yeah, we got new logo, new SmackDown intro. Shay doesn't like it. I think it's pretty cool.
I don't like the
Um,
song. The song is trash.
we uh we kick it off with Triple H welcoming everybody to the season premiere Friday Night SmackDown. He talked a little bit about how 20 some odd years ago he was on the first episode of SmackDown going up against The Rock, and then he kicked it off by telling us we was about to get directly into the first match of the night, which was Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes in the WWE Championship Steel Cage match. And it's actually all the between all the time that Cody Rhodes and Solo went together fought each other. This was the better of the matches. I have to agree. This was the better of the matches here. This was actually pretty entertaining. I liked it. Um, Cody Rhodes got busted open like really early in the match. So that kind of enhanced the match a little bit. Solo looked good here. He looked dominant as he should have over gang Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes did that spot off the top of the cage was nasty and gnarly. Uh, but in the end, Cody Rhodes got the victory as we know he would, but then he would get jumped by somehow by the bloodline, even though it's a steel cage. They just climbed the cage and just doing there and jumped him. Roman came out for the save. But this wouldn't be the end of the night for both Cody and Roman. With that being said, Hector, my main man, what you think of this segment?
The match was good.
Okay.
The match was good. It was like you said. It was better than the last ones that they had. Uh, Good chemistry. This one they looked like they were actually in sync with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That diving off the top of the cage was crazy. For the opener of SmackDown after what I think it was like 24, 25 years or something since they've been on USA, it was good. I did
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it. I like the whole how they winded up, getting in somehow. They got in, they climbed over, which was expected to happen anyway after obviously Cody won. Um, but yeah, overall, it was a good match. I liked it. Yeah, I can't really say too much bad things about it because it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Chris.
Yes, I actually agree with Hector. The match was good, better than their SummerSlam one. I liked every spot that they did during the match. And then, of course, after the match, they just the rest of the bloodline just start crawling in the cage. I was like, oh man, I was like, here we go. But you knew Roman was coming, but you didn't know if
Mm,
he was gonna come right when they were crawling in, or
hmm
if he was or if he was gonna come like depending because I know he really didn't want to come out there and help Cody, but he really want to get his get back, at the rest of this new bloodline
hmm
group. So, but overall, the match, like I said, it was it was cool. And Solo got beat fair and square. There's no because of this person, because of that person, because nobody wasn't out there. So it was cool. But I wish they would kind of would have did something like this for SummerSlam instead of the way that they did do it.
Yeah,
Because that was very interesting though.
yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah, it
Mhm.
was. Shay, what you got for us?
Yeah, the match was pretty good. I was shocked that it was, as good because SummerSlam one wasn't really that good. I knew Roman was coming out, but at first I was like, okay, the match over with, he ain't coming. But right when I saw, Solo and the Clan and all of them ganging up on him, like we all know that was gonna happen. I thought Jimmy was gonna come out at first too, because it's still, like was only one versus like four, but
Mhm.
it didn't happen. But it still was a good match for the most part. It was pretty good.
Okay, all right. And last but not least, my boy Shane, what you got? What you think of this opening match?
It was solid. It was decent. Um, we have a problem. Uh, we'll get to that later. But for the overall for the match, it was decent. Whatever. Cody won. Yay. Roman came.
Uh-oh. You got
Uh,
disconnected
You
network.
still, you know what I mean? It's like, eh. But overall, solo the match at SummerSlam was trash. This one was if I'm rating it, it was like a 6 out of 10. It was decent. Roman came out. uh, when we get to the later on part, we have a problem. But go ahead. It was decent overall for the match.
Okay. All right. Then we got a backstage segment with Nick Aldis, how talking about how things was chaotic to start off with, but he did tease that somehow even after all this, he already had talked to the bloodline and he had a proposition. He was given a proposition, but he had to talk to everybody involved, and he'll let us know more later on in the night. With that, we get to the second match of the night, which was a very quick match. Mia Yim versus Piper Niven. And I mean, very quickly. I think this was only like a 5 or 6 minute match. But
Here we go.
I mean, it was a pretty quick one. Me and Piper got some offense. And I think Piper nose got busted. That's probably was the reason why that match was quick, because I think she either got a broken nose or her nose was busted. She was definitely bleeding from her nose, and it was definitely coming out profusely. But uh I think Piper, did Mia win? Yeah, Mia got the victory after pinning Piper, but they would jump her at the end, and like I think Chelsea Green put her through the trash can with the unpretty her. But real quick, Chris, what did you think about that?
That right there, like I thought that they were gonna do like the Giovanni Vinci match once again. Since he actually lost. But they ended up doing it in the women's side of things. But it was kind of crazy how Piper never lost. This has definitely made her went down big, and I still feel like that either IC title, women's IC title, or women's United States title, will be definitely given to Michi when they do debut it. It'll probably be sometime next year. I would say.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that happening. Hector.
it was trash. I could have did without it. I didn't really care for it. I think the whole entire time the match, I didn't even care. I wasn't into it. The unpretty her on the trash can was trash. Literally on the trash can, it was trash. Whatever. Those were one of those matches where it couldn't. You didn't even have to put it on. This is the debut of SmackDown now. we got legendary WWE superstars out there, and we're gonna put a 5 to 6 minute match on in front of them. This is trash. This just bad. Dude, I'd rather had listened to Solo talking. I'd rather have.
No,
I'd rather have. It was bad. It was bad. There was nothing that I'm gonna say positive about it because it was positively bad.
Mm. I will get on that later too. It was some legends in the house. Even some former GMs was in the house, but
Mm-hmm.
that I'll talk about that later. Shane, go ahead.
I'm gonna keep saying it until we see a change in this women's division. I here we go. What I say for Monday Night Raw, we getting these 5 minute matches again. For what? It don't build to nothing. Hopefully, what Chris said. Hopefully, we're gonna get a women's IC title or something because it's not building to nothing. Now, I can say one thing. Even though the Chelsea Green move was kind of trash, I like how they pushing Chelsea Green a lot more seriously than they was. I can say that.
Mm.
I definitely seen her a lot more on TV. And I mean, she's still playing her role, which I do like. I am a fan of Chelsea Green, but now I'm starting to see a more serious role starting to come in for her now, and I know that she's starting to win matches here and there, stuff like that. So I mean, hey, if we're gonna build Chelsea Green to be the women that actually put the women's IC title on or whatever, I'm with it. So
Okay, all right. Shay,
The match was trash. It was just non-needed. They could have just did a segment for that 5 minutes at that point. A segment, cause or Jade and Bianca could have just went out there and talk about how they, I don't know, something different. We
no,
really, or bring the
no,
GMs out or something, like some, bring old people that used to, wrestle out there for 5 minutes. Like it was only 5 minutes. They could have did something else. It's just it
hmm
was non-needed. They could have, I don't know, even a man, somebody else could have fought. So I don't know. I just didn't care for the match. Hopefully, we don't have to see that again because 5 minute match for no reason. It was just not cute.
and,
Mm.
and that's the problem. That's that's the problem. Yeah, Triple H, do you? I hope you hear this because that is the problem. There's no way that these women can be taken seriously
Mm-hmm.
if the undercard is not getting billed to become main offenders. There's
Exactly.
no
Yeah.
way. It's no way. It's no
Yeah.
way
all
No.
right.
No.
possible.
It's true. It's true. That's why
No
it's
way.
like we go back into the whole like everybody's got their own opinions. Don't get me wrong, but when the majority of the consumers are not even paying attention to the fight, because it's
Yeah.
more than just us that weren't paying attention to it. We're
Yeah,
talking
oh
Some,
no,
about
some,
we're talking about millions of other people weren't paying attention to it. When you're doing that, that becomes a problem. That you can't take nobody serious when you're doing that.
yeah,
yeah. It's a
yeah.
whole problem in that mid card, and then you gotta ask the question: what are they fighting for?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why we getting these 5 minute matches? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing for all these women to do.
Mm-hmm.
What are they fighting for? Something got to give,
Consider,
man.
It does. It does. It has to
consider.
stop.
Yeah, it has to stop. It has to. Considering the fact that what we get announced later on, that it could have been that could have been tied into the later on segment, and I will
Mm-hmm.
Oh
get to
boy.
that in a minute. But it was just if I'm happy that Mia and Piper and Chelsea are getting screen time. I just wish it was a purpose to it, and I
Or
wish it was
longer.
or long
I'm
and longer.
happy now. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm happy that they pushing Chelsea Green to a more serious role because Chelsea Green really can go. Like, let's not get that twisted. But for the simple fact that we can't invest into
Hmm.
it because there's nothing to invest in,
And
that
yeah,
is the problem.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the case.
Yeah.
Be like AEW, just putting on random women matches for all that. For all I care,
yeah,
like
yeah.
just
No,
do
yeah,
that.
you're right. Well,
Just do that for 10 minutes.
All right. Well, we move on to the third match, which is Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Kevin Owens and a mystery opponent.
Oh
And
boy.
that mystery opponent, what was his name? What's his
Ricky.
name?
Ricky.
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 Ricky, Ricky
He
boy,
came out with
Ricky
Ricky. They
boy.
was laughing. They was like, "It's gonna be Ricky." Who is, they was like, yeah, you know what? Screw it, me and Ricky, we're gonna take on these two guys. We're gonna do it. And you know, they was coming up with a plan, and then we see a ringside tech tell Kevin, "Hey, you know, waving him over. He's here. He's here. He's here." And he was like, "What? He's here?" He said, "Well, bring him out." He said, "Hey, Ricky." He said, "Thanks for everything, but stunner." I'm like, that was very stone cold, like. And
Yeah.
and then his real partner ended up being Randy Orton.
Obviously.
Obviously,
Yes.
you know, I could have just said it, but obviously we already knew it was going to be Randy Orton. But it was still funny how they set that up. It was a pretty good match. I like that between these people. They worked well together. Um, I don't want to see them become like tag team champions, but I didn't mind this tag team match. I didn't mind it. You know, it was
Uh,
good. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory works well together, though we do see some type of hint of dissension between them. But
Right.
Oh my
overall,
god.
still a good match. They worked over Kevin for the most part to the hot tab for Randy. Randy got in there. They did a double. What was that? DDT from draping DDT from the ropes, and then Randy
Mhm.
Orton. They did a RKO stunner together. Even though it looked like KO was going for the RKO himself, but he
I
turned
thought he
into a stunner.
was.
Yeah, I thought he was
Me
about to do
too.
the RKO, but he did a stunning. Austin Theory sold that boy very well, and they got the victory here. So, with that being said, since Randy Orton is Shay's man, she get to go first. What do you
Right.
think about this?
Yes, my man. I already knew my man was coming out. I was just waiting on it or whatever. He looked good. Everybody looked good. I just can't wait for the turn. I think Austin Theory might turn on him though, on it or on his boy. I feel it. Hopefully it'll be next week. So hopefully we see that. And then, yeah, I like the little stunner and the RKO. And then when they did the when they go on the like the little ring turn thing, and then Randy's favorite move, KO did it too. So yeah, that was a good match for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Hector.
okay. I love KO. I love Randy Orton. I think they're good. They're great. Obviously, Randy Orton is a future Hall of Famer. And even Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and whatever his name is. Yeah, I still don't care. Um, it's cool and it's funny to some degree, especially with how Austin Theory sells the stunner and he sells like certain moves. It's funny. It's good TV. Um, my hilarious part was when KO ran around the ring and went under the rope for the hot tag.
Oh
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
that was hilarious.
That's one of the most creative ways to get a hot tag I've ever seen. Um, Obviously, we knew Randy Orton was going to come out. He's not going to leave his boy high and dry, especially when you got Gunther sitting outside ringside with his
Right.
title, and what's the other ball? Luke Kaiser is, I think it is. Um,
Tweety Bird.
yeah, you know what I mean. So overall, the match was good. I'm not gonna say it was bad. It's just one of those matches where I was like, oh, okay, we're just to me, and I know I'm probably gonna catch heat for it, but to me, it's one of those filler matches. I'm sorry, it's a filler match. It just filled in for a little, especially for that 5-6 minute match that we just had, which was trash. we just okay here. You guys are disappointed. All right, let's give you a little more action. But
Mhm.
overall, the match was good. I did like it. Shout out to my man Ricky. He got done dirty, but
Yeah.
you should have saw this coming. And while you at it,
Yeah.
hey, yo, Ricky, do me a favor. Ricky, come to the camera. Shame, come here real quick. Go shave, my boy. Out there look like George Animal Steel. Son, like cut that out. We're not in the '80s no more, bro. Like,
God
really, yeah,
dang.
like, cut that out. Cut that out, boy. Like we in
Oh, we start we
2024
started camera we started camera shame already. Oh Lord.
already. I got to give it to you, Ricky. Like, you go shave and go take them hot colors off. I don't know what you thought. This is not the '80s, brother. This is 2024. Cut that out. But
Put
He
them
gave
overall,
he gave me the vibes of a Timu hardcore Holly.
yeah, that it was a mixture of a lot. It was George the Animal Steel and Hardcore Holly when you buy them off of Timu or Wish. But yeah,
Yeah.
overall it was
Hey
overall
yo,
it was a
shout
good
out to
match.
Team You. You heard? Shout out to Team You. I got some free stuff for them. You heard? Shout out to them. But go ahead.
Overall, it was a good match. It was an okay match. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, sauce out to Ricky, man, because he got done dirty. I was gonna say something, but never mind, I forgot. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, so I did think this match was cool as well. The craziest thing was when Ricky came out, and I was like, who is that? I thought it was like just just some person that WWE like just signed or something like that. But they did have something on X where they said it's like hashtag we want Ricky that is trending on that is trending by WWE
Yeah,
on there.
yeah.
But I did think that Kevin Owens was gonna hit an RKO because I was looking, I was like, he's gonna hit an RKO too, but he ended up didn't it? He just hit a stunner. Grayson Waller doesn't look like a wrestler to me at all. He just seemed like one of those guys that just come out and just talk mess and just get beat up. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait until that moment when Theory definitely does shine um,
Ugh.
on like pretty much on SmackDown by himself. But I just feel like him and Waller just needs to have a one good match and then that'll be it. But overall, the match was pretty good though.
Okay. To play devil's advocate here, though, Grayson Waller was kind of decent in NXT. Just I did like him in NXT. He was one of the people I was looking
You
forward
know
to
what
becoming.
happens when you come from NXT
That's
and you make it to the
that's
main roster.
that's
Yeah.
NXT. We on SmackDown now.
Look what happened to Karrion Kross. Don't perfect example, Karrion Cross.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Solo
Yeah.
Sokoa.
Trash.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Solo
But
Sokoa.
I
What's
had
right?
just remember before I pass it on to Shane. I just remember I wanted to say I miss Gunther and them. I thought that they didn't end up being on the show. I didn't know they was at ringside. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
Right
Right.
didn't know
along,
they was
right
there.
along with
Look,
Damian Priest
Kaiser.
was over there too.
Oh, okay.
Robin.
Okay.
And I did hear those two had a match after SmackDown went off the air.
Who
Oh
had a
yeah,
match?
Oh.
Hmm.
Who had a match after this show went off the air?
Damian Priest and Gunther on SmackDown.
mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was a guy that was in the crowd. He ended up we was like streaming it or whatever. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, recorded it and posted on YouTube. I'll send it to you though.
All right, all right. Shane, go ahead.
Yeah, y'all gonna stop playing my boy Grayson Waller like he can't go. Let's get that out the way, man.
Oh
Nah,
God.
y'all not gonna play my man like he can't go. Now, all now, since what I'm saying. Can somebody here we go again. We doing two hills of a tease for what? What are we doing? Why are we turning two heels against each other? Nobody cares for Austin Theory. Nobody cares for Grayson Waller. Let's just get that out the way. What is going to be the story behind this? Nothing. It's going to be a waste of time and a waste of TV time. Secondly, shout out to my man Ricky, man. Dang, man, you just Man, you had that moment, man. You had that spotlight, man. My boy, he came out there, thought he was about to wrestle. Can we please give Kevin Owens the Stone Cold run?
Oh
I'm,
yeah.
I'm saying it now. We might as well. We might as well do it. We might as well pull the trigger and give my man the Austin 316 run.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna
Yeah,
We
I
be
mean
might
on
as
they,
Raw.
he
well.
Everybody
kind of
gonna be on.
is the Stone Cold of this generation, so you might as well
That's what
give
I'm
it to him.
saying. We might as well give him the run. Give it
Everybody
to him.
gonna.
Right.
Everybody gonna want to be on Raw now.
Then
Um,
you could kind of say LA Knight is the Rock. And you got to kind of
yeah,
the Rock.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, Randy looked good as always. I don't want to see KO and Randy as tag team champions. I
No.
just don't want. Yeah,
No.
No.
I don't want. I mean, the match was cool. You know what I mean? It was funny. It was definitely funny. It was cool. Um, I mean, yeah. Two hills, one turning on each. God. Now I can say one thing about Austin Theory though, and I might get some heat for this, and it's cool. But when he was under Vince McMahon, he was way better than what he is now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I
Yeah.
true.
agree. I agree.
He was better under Vince McMahon than what he is
I
now.
agree. I do. Yeah, I agree.
But that's to be expected when you got two regimes. You got two different people with two different ideas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, after that, we did get an update from Nick Aldis. This was where we will find out that what he was proposed earlier was that the bloodline of Solo Sokoa and Jacob Fatu wanted to take on Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in a tag team match at Bad Blood. And he already got the signatures from the bloodline of Solo Sokoa and Jacob Fatu. He just needed to talk to Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes to get their signatures to make it official. But Cody Rhodes will interrupt. I think this might be the one where he interrupted, or this might be the one where he I don't know. It's two because it is another Nick Aldis one. One of these is where he interrupted, but I think it was
Yeah,
the
that
last.
that that's the one.
This is the one where Cody Rhodes interrupted him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was, but yeah, Cody Rhodes will interrupt and tell him like he's done with the bloodline, that he's not going to do. He's after this match, he want nothing to do with Roman, the bloodline, anything. The bloodline is Roman's problem as far as he's concerned. He is not signing that contract. And then he would end that little promo by saying he got to go talk to Roman. Then we get to what I was referring to earlier, the Nia Jax promo, where she basically
Yeah.
came out and talked about how dominant she was and that she will be defending her title at Bad Blood, but she doesn't know against who, which I was saying, which I was referring why Mia Yim and Piper Niven could have been like tied into that. They match. You could say they match as a number one contenders match to see who would go against Nia. You know, that would have gave them some type of purpose than them just having a random match. But I digress. As she was talking about that, she would get interrupted by Bailey, who basically was talking about how this run that she on was better than her first run, but though she didn't set the bar high for her first run. But that she wanted a rematch, and that Nia basically said she didn't have a chance to retain her title, or they compared to how she didn't need damage control to win her title, but she needed Tiffany, but Nia needed Tiffany to win the title, and then they would get interrupted. Tiffany would come out and actually toss some trash to Bailey, and then it would look like they was about to jump her. Then Naomi comes out, and she too demands a championship match against Naya. Then, which they both proposed a thing. They said we'll take you on a tag team match next week, where the winner, if one of you win, you get to face me at Bad Blood. But the caveat is when Tiffany and Nia wins, whoever loses has to leave SmackDown permanently. With that being said, not Shane, Hector, what did you think about that?
It was trash again. Here we go again. Here's my problem. Listen, I'm all, it's let me okay. It's too much of the unnecessary back and forth. You got Tiffy. She looked phenomenal. First of all, I have to say that outfit was great. Nia Jax, I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. Nia Jax looked great. Bailey comes out and interrupts, with the whole promo or whatever. It goes back to what we said. You're not pushing other superstars. You're recycling the same ones over and over again. How long has this been happening? This has been happening for decades. Decades. You guys put on a match between two superstars who look like they're getting a push, but they're not getting a push. It didn't tie. You're giving us the same ones over and over again. You're giving us Bailey. You're giving us Naomi. Don't get me wrong. We'd love to see Naomi with a title again. I don't want to see Bailey with a title again.
No, I definitely don't either. Heck no.
You understand what I'm saying? And again, you're bringing out these promo and now the stipulation. Oh, well, whoever doesn't cover me has to leave SmackDown. But what are we doing? Well, now we're just making up stuff on the fly just to make it seem interesting. And that's bad. I'm sorry. The women division is not being taken seriously with dumb stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, read between the lines. It's not going to happen. You're not pushing these women the way that they need to be pushed. You have the talent. You have it. WWE has the talent to push these women. These women can be megastars, even over the men. And it's pissing me off that you're not utilizing them. You're not doing anything. You're giving us the same entire routine over and over again. Enough's enough. If we're in the Triple H, the Paul Levesque era, change the routine. Change it. But that's the problem that WWE has. They won't. They won't. They just won't. And it's like, I don't mind a new title. Great. I don't mind a new redesign for the Money in the Bank. Cool. But give us something new with the women. Give us something new. It's tiring. I'd rather have not done with the promo. That promo could have been done backstage.
Right.
You didn't have to come out. You didn't have to come to the ring for what? We could have saw you from backstage. You look scrumptious. You look beautiful. We could have saw you from backstage.
Oh my god!
You know how I am. I'm gonna. And again, I'm not saying that my opinion is right. This is just my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? It's just my opinion. Is honestly the honest truth is this could have been held backstage. We didn't need it.
All right. I did. That's why I was getting at was that it didn't make sense for her to come out and say she was going to defend the title at Bad Blood, but she didn't know against who. And we had perfectly two good contenders in Mia and Piper. I would rather see one of them go against Nia.
That's what I'm saying.
Hook up in
That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather see Nia, Mia, or Naomi than Bailey. Bailey, okay.
Yes,
right.
I'm tired of Bailey. I'm sorry.
Like I didn't mind Naomi demanding for a championship. That part of the segment I did not mind.
Yeah, but it's cool, but it's not going to change anything for her because they're not going to do nothing with her either.
Right. It
And
Right.
just
that's the part. That's the part that pisses
I
me off. It's like,
I mean,
come
I
on,
mean,
we
you see how they did her when she first came back. She lost like what 3 times in a row, maybe two
exactly,
more after that.
Right.
So I was like, wait, what? I was like, you bring her
exactly.
back from Impact Wrestling, well TNA, and then once you bring her back, you have to lose
You
multiple
bury her.
matches. I was like, huh? I was like, it's
That
just
was the same.
ridiculous.
That was the same time within those 3 matches that her entrance. She didn't even have an entrance. They treated her as a jobber.
mm-hmm.
She was in the ring and they just showed her name and that was it.
Even
This could
well,
be. This is one of your top superstars.
Piper didn't even get an entrance. Meechin at least
Yeah,
got
Piper didn't get
Meechin
an
at least had
entrance
some.
That,
in that match.
Meechin
but
at
that's
least
what
had music.
that's what I'm saying. That's the point. It's like, what are y'all doing? It was like when the Rock came out, was walking out. They cut the commercial. What are y'all doing?
Right.
I think Mia, she barely got an entrance because I think they came back from commercial in
For
the middle of her.
commercial. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they
she
kind of
so
went a little bit too long with it.
you barely
What,
got to see her entrance, and
what,
Piper, her entrance was completely doing the commercial break.
it's like what are we doing here? So, why are we cutting these entrances from these superstars? That's why again it goes back to that's why they're not taking women wrestling serious.
No, they're not. I mean, cause that's one of the reasons why that match in itself was short because they most of the time was shown doing the commercial break.
Exactly.
Commercial.
If the commercial was any later, we would have had half the match been going on already.
That
Like,
or they
come
probably
on,
going to do
man.
it that one, or they were going to probably do a backstage segment and do it next week.
Yeah.
Right. That almost got turned into a dark match. It was if the
Yeah.
commercial was any longer, but yeah, Chris, I'm gonna let you shine on this Nia Jax promo.
So that Nia Jax promo, I just remember to the end. She said, "Whoever loses out of that tag match or whatever is going to be removed
Hmm.
from SmackDown or whatever." So I'm not sure who's going possibly to Raw or whatever, but
I say Bailey needs to go to Raw.
Y'all
Bailey.
know, y'all
Yeah,
y'all
that is
know,
not gonna
y'all
happen.
know who's taking,
I know it's gonna be
y'all know who's
Naomi,
taking the
but I
pin.
think it should be Bailey.
Y'all know who's taking the pin.
I would say, yeah, probably Naomi's gonna definitely gonna
Yeah.
get
Come
pinned.
on, y'all know who's taking the
It's,
pin.
I mean,
Unless
yeah,
Naomi
man.
turns heel and causes Bailey to lose.
Like, nobody's turning heel.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'll be with
but
that.
I'll
but
be
Yeah,
with it too, but it's not gonna happen.
overall,
yeah.
I
That's
do
the only
not,
way I can see Naomi getting put over is that she turns heel.
I do not, I do not. When Naomi and Baylor were like, "Oh, you want a match with all four, like with all three of us?" I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "No, I do not want to see a triple threat match because
Right.
she's probably not gonna do anything but but like pretty much sit them down and then sit on both of them and pin them at Bad Blood, which I don't want to see nothing like that."
Right.
And yeah,
Not for bad
so
blood anyway. Not for that pay per view.
yeah,
Yeah, not for that pay per view at all.
so definitely give us something worth watching. And we definitely need new contenders and all that stuff. So, with that being said, more than likely Naomi will be the one that'll be going to Raw, and I don't know where it goes for Bailey yet. You know,
Oh,
after this, I mean, I don't know. I
Well,
mean, I
that's if
definitely don't want
one.
to see Bailey with a title again because her title reign she just recently had was boring. Like,
yeah.
I thought Cody title reign was
Right.
boring, but shoot, but 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 shoot, man, it just I don't know. Nia Jax, she better not get that way either, cause it's starting to kind of show just a little bit. I'm like, nah, like she better defend the title of Bad Blood. So if not, it'll kind of be like Io Sky her title reign,
Mm.
where she really didn't defend it at all. I think she went like what like the past two pay per views, she didn't defend at all.
Mhm.
So
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like that. She had like two pay-per-views when she didn't defend, and then she finally defended, and like at the third one.
Hmm.
yeah, and then we all was wondering like, who I was, I was asking a question. This was like a couple months ago. I was like, I'm like, who's SmackDown Women's Champion again? And I had to think about, and then y'all told me. I was like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my take on that Nia Jax promo thing there. But we definitely know that Tiffany is ready to definitely ready to cash in. But we're gonna give it around, what y'all thinking? Survivor Series?
Yeah, Survivor Series or later,
Yeah. Okay.
something like that.
Cool.
Late,
But
I
yeah,
say the latest Royal Rumble, if not, somewhere around that they're gonna have her cash it in.
yeah. But that's my take on it though, y'all.
Um, I was about to say I don't think Nia and them is winning next week though. I think most likely Bailey is gonna win and be the number one contender, but I don't think Nia and them is gonna win. But if
Yeah.
they were to win, it would be Naomi taking the pin and going over the Raw. But
You'll
Shay,
only be
you
right.
tell me you tell me what you think.
Trash, 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 trash. They could have kept that just for Nia to say, "Hey, I don't know who I'm going up against," and then Bailey, tin can head, came out like, "Girl, nobody, you don't need no rematch. Like, you came back after you lost almost what, a month and a half later, or not even a month and a half, probably like a couple of weeks, saying, 'Oh, I want a rematch.' Girl, you could have just stayed home." So I don't know, and I really
You
don't
know,
want Naomi to have a chance because we all know Naya's gonna win. There's no reason for Naomi to fight her. You could have give it to Michin again, or Dave and what's the girl? I forget the girl name in my head. Dave and whatever her name is. She could have got a chance. Somebody else. Shoot, not
Yeah, Davenport.
Bailey. I don't want to see
Oh,
that. Yeah,
yeah, Brad
Davenport. I don't want to
Davenport.
see that. Like, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see Bailey. We don't want to see Naomi. And Naomi keep coming out. Girl, go with your people, Jade and Bianca. But I forgot they kick you out the group. So you have to be Bailey little friend. Cause she ain't got no friend. Your friend is just gone. They left you for a title. And you, ooh, big three. You were the big three. You're not. Cause they left you. Okay? She was trying to be Bailey friend.
that's
Mm-mm.
crazy.
Uh-uh-uh.
Wow, Shay is in rare
Wow.
form tonight. Wow,
Wow.
yeah, Shay talking
Dang.
stuff.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We'll see.
Damn.
And you know who gonna come out if she fight, if Nia fight at SummerSlam. We know Charlotte gonna come out and they gonna give it to Charlotte. We all know that. I don't want my girl to
Oh,
win because I want
please,
Nia to keep the
Charlotte,
title.
no. Jesus Christ,
But we know
no.
that's gonna happen.
She said
That's sad.
Charlotte. Pow pow
We know
pow.
she gonna come out and
All
I'm
want
the
not.
to
bad
I'm
win.
not.
stuff.
I'm not
Cause you
gonna
gonna
hold
want
you.
the
When
title.
not gonna hold you. When Nia Jax was having that promo, I thought she was gonna come out.
You
Me
thought
too.
Charlotte was
Me
gonna come
too.
out?
I thought because she kept saying she's the queen.
Oh yeah. I mean that I think that's what that Triple H is teasing, that one of those times where she said Charlotte's gonna come out eventually and said no, she's the
Yep.
real queen. But I think that's eventually gonna that's gonna happen. One of them times she's gonna say she's the queen and Charlotte is gonna come out. Cause she's about ready to come back, I think.
Mhm.
Yes, it's time.
Shane, go ahead.
Shout outs to Shawn Michaels.
Mhm.
His women's division is cooking. That shout outs to Shawn. Uh, this is this
NXT,
is bad.
NXT,
This is
NXT.
yeah. This is bad. This is real bad. Uh, I've been asking for a storyline for the Money in the Bank for the women's for a minute, but not this. This is all the way bad. Uh, Naomi gonna go to Raw. Bailey's gonna get the rematch. it's bound to happen because Bailey's the biggest superstar there. Like who else you gonna pick? And to be honest, I'd rather see Chelsea Green against Nia Jax at this point. Like,
Mhm.
give me
That'd
that.
be funny if she wins, if it did
Yeah,
happen.
for real. Like, give me that. But this was just bad. Um, this was bad, man. This shows uh that Triple H booking is questionable.
Yes.
This is bad. This is all bad. Like
Yep.
you going back to Bailey and you not making no again, this goes back to with the Piper Nibbins and Michin match for what? You
Yep.
not building those stars. There's nobody in that undercard besides Jade and maybe Bianca. That's a bigger star to go against Nia. No one. No one. And this is the problem. This is the problem. Who else that you can name right now besides Jade, Bianca, and Charlotte and Bailey? Who else is big enough to go against Nia Jax? That can
Nobody.
actually put exactly. And I feel bad for Naomi. Y'all took her out of TNA for what? For
Yep.
what? Why? Why? For what? She was doing some great things over there. I mean, great
Mm-hmm.
things, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And she had some banger matches.
Yep.
Like,
Yes, you did.
yeah, man, we put her back in the same position as she left.
Yeah.
So
Except
what are
this
we
time she don't
doing?
even got the tag titles.
This time it's
Yeah,
just worse. This time around it's just worse.
this is this is bad all the way, man. And I feel bad for Tiffany because she's trying to make it work, but it's bad, man. I just hope when Tiffany does cash in that we start getting some new contenders around this championship. This is this is what I was saying with the whole gift and the curse thing with AEW. How I was saying the same thing with the world title. It's the same thing here. We doing the same thing here. We putting the same people around the championship,
Mm-hmm.
but you making excuse me, you making stars with the same people, but you're not creating new ones.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
My
Right.
thing
same problem.
is they my thing is it seemed like WWE is scared to take a risk on putting new people in a position because they feel like, well,
Exactly.
Bailey, we know Bailey can fill seats. We don't know
Yeah.
if we put Michin and Naya in a championship match in the pay per view, would that fill seats? You know, it
Yeah.
feel like
You got
that's
a
what.
better chance. Listen, you got a better chance with Chelsea Green. Seriously, I
But
will pull the
they're
trigger.
never gonna know either unless they try. They have to try it.
Yeah, they have to try it though. That they definitely
That's
do.
one thing I can say about the other company. They try, regardless
Yeah,
of
yeah.
how dumb the story gets, but
Yeah.
they try it.
Well, and WWE's been doing this for decades.
Hmm
And it's
It's been
starting
for
to get
decades.
boring. It's
And
starting to
Right.
get boring.
It's just
it's not just with the women. They do it with the men too. They
yeah.
it's certain people
Yeah,
they don't want to give a chance. They scared they might not put
Yeah.
no seats in
it's
there,
starting to get
no butts in
boring.
the seat.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's repetitive.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by the gift and the curse. It's they doing the same thing. It's the same thing. Because I could say one thing about the other company, like with Brian Danielson as the world champion right now, he's not going against Swerve in the rematch. No, he's going to go against John Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? It's going forward. It's not going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always been a
We doing
problem
the
with
same thing with
WWE.
the women. It's sad, man. And these 5 minute
Oh
matches don't help.
No.
no, they don't at all, at all. So afterwards, we would get that confirmation from Nick Aldis again. He been dominating the backstage segments, but we get the confirmation that he had talked to Roman. Roman said he's going to address everything in the ring after this upcoming match, and we'll have to wait to see what's going to happen then with this whole tag team match at Bad Blood. With that, we do get to the fourth match of the night, which is pretty much, you could say, the main event, or at least the main event match. This is the last final match of the night, which is Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Part 5?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this was a damn pretty good. This is pretty good. This was, I
Yeah.
will say, this was at least probably like the
It
best
was the
match.
best fight. It was the best match.
It was the best match of the night. Just slightly over the Cody Rhodes solo match.
Oh, that was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
It was. I enjoyed it. I was hoping that we at least get to do the whole basketball thing and go up to these 7 matches before we got to see who would go against LA Knight, but they kind of pulled the trigger early here. Carmelo though and Andrade put on one hell of a match. It was good. That whole what was that Spanish fly on the outside? I think that what they did on the barricade.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was gnarly. Cause that that is okay. It's padding, but it's not that much padding.
It's solid padding.
It's a solid padding, so that still kind of hurt to do a Spanish fly from there. But that was gnarly.
Yeah.
They put on a great solid match with Andrade getting the victory here. And we're getting addressed by LA Knight afterwards, where we will find out that he will be facing LA Knight for the United States Championship. So we will get Andrade versus LA Knight. I thought we was gonna get LA Knight versus Carmelo first before Andrade, but we get Andrade first. So, but I know Carmelo eventually is probably gonna be the one to take that title off of LA Knight.
Yeah,
I feel like that's his destiny. But yeah, so with that being said, Hector, I'm gonna send it to you, man. What do you think about this match?
the match was solid. The match was the best match of the night. It beat the cage match. It beat the 5-minute match. It beat Kevin Owens and Randy Orton match. It beat the promo that the Night Jacks did.
He basically said it was better than everything.
It was the match between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes was Smackdown. That's how you put on a show. You don't need extra stuff. You just need 2 wrestlers who got good chemistry and can put on a show, entertain. And that's what Andrade and Carmelo Hayes did. They did that. It was MVP of the night. I didn't care for a lot of the stuff that happened. Cody Rhodes versus Solo, you know what was going to happen. Cody was going to win. Bloodline was going to interfere. We know that. Seen that. Been there. Done that. Randy Orton and KO. Obviously, we know they're going to win. They're not going to lose. Cool. Check. Seen that. Been there. Done that. The Nia Jax promos. How many times have we seen people put promos and somebody interrupts and there comes a stupid stipulation? Been there. Seen that. Done that. It's everything that happened that transpired until that main event has happened. Been there. Done that. Seen it. You're opening SmackDown. This is SmackDown. 25 years since the first one on USA. Your main event was the one that took everything. It took everything. And for Andrade and Carmelo Hayes to put on a hell of a match the way that they did, to do and take the risks that they did was worth it. It was worth it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot complain about that match. There was nothing for me to. I wasn't even mad that they were fighting for a 5th time. I was more interested in the fact that they were fighting for a 5th time than watching the same competitors for the same title shot.
It makes it so bad. The thing you're probably relating it to is like seeing Cody and Solo over and over again, which the match was like with the first time they fought at SummerSlam, it was like all bored and everything.
Yeah.
And then you get like to a mid card match, and the mid card match is better than actually watching the main event players.
you got two athletes like Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. Why are they outshining the title?
That's just like NXT is outshining the main roster.
What you got, Shay?
Um, because they can wrestle.
Exactly. That goes back to what we said. If you have the talent to wrestle, put on the show. Put it on. We want to see that. We want to see it. We don't want to see the same thing over and over again. This is SmackDown, 25 years. Come on. This is supposed to be the best night of the night. Your main event was the best night of the night. Was the best night of the night. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes pulled the trigger and shot everybody down.
Missile.
LA Knight came out with his goofy Stone Cold, talk and rock gimmick, and he was out there talking and saying whatever he was saying, and
Yeah, I'm gonna stop playing my boy.
He's too
LA Knight, man.
hilarious.
and so I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. And again, this is where I'm gonna catch the heat again. Yeah, sorry, we didn't need your promo. We didn't need you to come out for what? You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing.
He just want to be. I mean, he just want to be heard. He has to get
exactly. Just
he
like a little 2-year-old wants to be screaming and hollering and wants the attention.
He just wants to get the LA Night chant, and then
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You didn't have to come out there and say nothing. You just wasted 2-3 minutes. Nobody cares. I'm sorry.
He needs to bring back the dummy button. Tell me.
Nobody cares with your tight shirt and vest and pants, and you coming out here with your Timbs like you're about it. You're not doing nothing. Shut up. Get out of here. Nobody cared. I didn't care for your promo. I didn't need it. I didn't need it.
Everybody taking shots tonight.
Jesus,
because it was
I think I need to take cover, man.
It was one of to me. It was one of those nights. I was excited because I was excited because again, SmackDown moved back to USA. That's great.
Right.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? And then you move back to USA. You open with Triple H and.
I got something about SmackDown. I'll wait till we get done after we talk about the ending of the show, and then I'll go with that one.
Yeah, and it's like you open up the show with this cage match, and which was good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was bad. It was predictable because we obviously know Solo was not going to win. Duh.
Right.
And as we proceed, it got worse and worse as we kept going. It did. It got worse. We get to the main event, part 5, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. And it was top tier performance.
Yo, this reminds me of when we did that SmackDown review before Mania, but The Rock took over almost an hour. Hector was mad.
Oh my gosh,
This how he sounds now.
Dude, why? Why are we doing this?
So don't get me wrong. They did take 40 minutes of the show just with the match plus when Roman came out. It was like the match ended at 8:30 because I looked at the clock. I'm like, let me see what time the match ends. And then when Roman came out, it was around like 8:40. And I was like, okay, they took about 40 minutes of the show. So I was like, huh.
Which is fine. If that would have been the highlight.
Right.
But it wasn't. It wasn't the highlight.
Nope.
No one is talking about, did you see that Cody and Sokolo match? No one is talking about it. What are they talking about? It's either got Roman to do with it, or we're talking about Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. They took chances in their matches. They took risks. They put on a show. The match was great until LA Knight came out and said nothing.
Oh God.
He said absolutely, You're coming out. You're gonna shut up. Nobody cares. Stone Cold retired. We don't need to hear you. We don't need another gimmick of Stone Cold. We already got KO doing the stunner. Let him do it. Let him do it his way. We don't need to hear you talking. Yeah, you're gonna be hearing the names of the ring. Yeah, shut up, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. I have nothing against LA Knight. I like LA Knight. I think he's good. He's great. He is. I do like the fact that he got the United States title. I like LA Knight. Don't get me wrong. But you didn't have to come out and talk.
Right.
We didn't need you to. I didn't need you to. And again, that's just me.
I think the only reason why he came out was for us to find out that the winner of that match was basically the new #1 contender.
We knew that. We knew it was gonna. Michael Cole was saying it the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he gave up the match already.
He gave up the whole match. He gave the stipulation. That's how you do stipulations. You let the commentator give out the stipulation so we can be, oh, that's what's happening. Now you come out and Michael Cole will forever be one of the greatest commentators. I like Michail Cole. He's hilarious.
Michael Cole.
Michael Cole is great. I love his energy.
Yeah, my man threw down the script like we already know.
Exactly. And then for LA Knight to come out and do what, bro? Why did you stay in the back? Well, you didn't have to come out.
I think JR is probably
Jim Ross is the greatest commentator of all time.
Yeah,
right.
I think
I'm not taking that away from him.
Him and Jerry was the best pairing on the commentary.
No, he should have retired from WWE.
I mean, even though that one time on AEW, he said WWE Dynamite. That was so funny though.
Yo, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. But that's what I'm saying. But you know,
overall, the program that came back, he thought he was part of WWE again.
They kicked in like, oh, wrong show. My bad.
But do you guys think we'll ever get Taz back on commentary?
No, stop. Anyway, let's not do. Let's stop. We're not even gonna have that conversation. We'll leave that conversation for tomorrow. It's just like let's not even go there. But overall, the match was good. I just wish that LA Knight didn't have to come and mess it up because nobody was hearing you. Stop.
I mean, you know, he want to see who his next challenge.
He can see it from the back. They got screens. Do they? Hold on. Is it me or do they not have screens in the back?
They do got screens in the back.
True.
All right, cool. He could have went on X, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. He could have saw the #1 contender from there and called it a day. We didn't need it. we didn't need it.
All right. Okay.
All right. Let me clear the battlefield of these bullets. But Shane, go ahead.
Yeah, Shane, go ahead. You take over, bro.
Yo, I agree, yo. I agree.
Okay.
I got a duck again, man.
Now I got a duck. Go ahead, Shane.
Nah, here we go. The match was great. Again, I've been saying this for the longest. SmackDown needs to be the wrestling show.
Yeah.
All that drama that was in the middle of SmackDown, you could have had that on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for the past decade. SmackDown needs to be the wrestling show. And Carmelo Hayes and Andrade just proved that. They just proved it. They just proved it. Last night they proved that SmackDown can be a storytelling wrestling show if everything is booked in place.
Yes.
They did. They showed it. They showed that you don't need all the drama, and they told a story in the ring. They did. They did just that. Now with the whole LA Knight thing, yeah, I agree. I mean, he could have stayed in the back for it. I understand he's, the top babyface in the company, and that is true.
He's oldest.
I love LA Knight. Love LA Knight. He's super over. You know what I mean? You can't deny somebody that's super over, and he's good on the microphone.
To a degree.
But I mean, Hey, okay. I mean, hey, I think he's good in the mic. You know, he got to a degree. Okay. However, uh, it just proved last night that um we need to see more wrestling
Yeah.
on SmackDown,
Yes.
and you can
Right.
build story around wrestling,
Yes.
and all that drama could have been on Raw. That's why I said Raw needs to be the Kim Kardashian show, and SmackDown needs to be the wrestling show
Kim
with
Kardashian.
with with the talent of people like Carmelo Hayes and
Right.
Andrade, and they proved it. They proved that they could be top guys if they are booked right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, they
they
did.
definitely. Yeah,
They
they
carried
definitely.
SmackDown last night.
Yeah, they did. That's what I'm saying. They
They
really
did.
did.
They did. I'm
They
no,
really did.
no.
If
We're
you
not gonna
take the
say we're
veterans,
not gonna look at it and say that they didn't. They did.
if you take the veterans of people like Nia, Bailey, and put them over the Raw, people like Tiffany, Naomi, Meech, and all of them can have great matches and have great stories. Chelsea
Yeah.
Green, Piper
Hmm.
Nivens, you you gotta you gotta see the product for what it is. Because who's writing SmackDown? NXT is a more watchable wrestling show than both shows
Right.
combined.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. That's why I be watching it during the live. Like when we do our live stream from Monday Night Raw, I be watching it. I be like, oh man, and stuff like that.
In women's division is more watchable than both Raw and SmackDown, and that's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Yep.
hurt that on NXT they do. They not just putting on their NXT roster women too. They got Rosemary. They got Jordan Grace. They got women from different companies coming over. So it's just fresh over there.
Yeah,
Everything just
which
fresh.
is fine. You know, that's fine. But you still got fresh athletes. I'm not gonna just say women. You have fresh athletes, male and women, on SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly,
Right.
and that is the problem. Carmelo Hayes and Andrade should be the founders, and you build around wrestlers like that.
Yes.
That's all
Yes.
I said it. It needs to be the wrestling show.
Yeah.
Period. We need to bring SmackDown back to, like I said, the 2010-11 era, where it was wrestling, where you can build superstars that wasn't getting the shine on Raw.
Yep.
People like Eddie Guerrero, JBL, and so on and so forth. You
Yep.
can do that here with people like Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi can be the
Mhm.
veteran, and whatever. You can do that here.
Yep.
You got the talent. You can do it.
Yeah.
Gunther, Damian Priest. Man, the world title on Gunther on SmackDown looked better than Raw.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
Need I say more?
All
I
right.
mean, don't get me wrong. Gunther's
I was
booking
about to send it to
is
you
way
anyway,
better.
Chris. So go ahead.
Oh,
You said
okay.
what?
No, what I was saying was, as far as like the wrestling thing and all, like it's actually good as far as like the way Gunther is being booked and stuff versus the way Cody's being booked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole like, oh, what's going on, Sabier? Thanks for joining in. You're kind of a little late, but at least you're here. Um,
Uh
but
There
oh.
we go.
Uh
Here we
oh.
go. Here we go.
Savior, he's been looking for you.
Here we
He's been looking
go.
Here
for
we
you,
go.
Hector.
Here we go.
goodness, what I was gonna say, it's like when I watch, it's like a lot of people don't watch NXT. They rather watch Monday Night Raw, maybe some of SmackDown, and be like, "Hey, WWE is boring. You haven't seen NXT. I mean, you have to see what they're actually doing and the way they have like a couple promos backstage, but they end those backstage segments promos real quick. Ends up sometimes turning into matches for next week or something like that. But Raw is more like kind of like a drama like show, and then you got SmackDown. You're gonna have like little things here and there, but it gets majority taken up by stuff with the bloodline. I mean, nobody else can really
Yo,
shine,
he-
but it's just it's just at
They
a
on
stance.
SmackDown they do a lot more wrestling than they do on Raw. I will say that though.
Yeah,
There's a lot
but
more wrestling
it
on
goes to
SmackDown.
what Chris was saying. The bloodline is the story.
Yeah,
Right.
True, true.
yeah, and it
Because after that, what's next?
nothing.
You're
We get
not
Nothing
building
stale
nothing
else.
matches.
around it.
no,
You're
I
not
mean,
building nothing around it.
yeah, you're not. I mean,
The
I can't even.
bloodline is the hottest storyline on SmackDown. Why is you not building any other storylines around it?
Right. I mean, nobody else has like any build up, not besides like the bloodline stuff. Nobody else has no kind
Nothing.
of build up.
Nothing. No.
No,
None. None.
So I'm kind of confused about what Triple H is doing here, because like I was
Nothing.
saying earlier this morning, with me, Shay, and Jeff, we were actually talking about how when we think things should go this way, but Triple H flips it around and do it some other way, or he like slow burns it or whatever. Kind of like, for instance, like this thing we got with CM Punk and McIntyre. We already knew it was going to be a Hell in a Cell. I said 3 stages of Hell match, but then again, when you go to SmackDown, you want to see this stuff happen, but you don't like. For instance, we wanted to see Kevin Owens turn on Cody Rhodes, like within that steel cage or something like that. We wanted to. Some people wanted to
Right.
see that happen, some people didn't. But now Triple H flipped the script and put Randy Orton and Kevin Owens back as a tag team, which, like me, Shay, and Jeff said earlier, it could possibly be them winning the tag title. But then again, I don't want them to win the tag title because Street Profits and DIY are still going after the judge. I mean, excuse me, going after the bloodline for those tag belts. And with the tag belts being said, I don't understand like why they're not being defended. If you're gonna do some kind of tag team match, if it's not no titles, I don't want to see no tag team match at all. Like you got JD McDonough and Finn Balor holding the tag belts for what reason? And then you got Bloodline them, they holding the belts, they're not defending. They're coming out in the fight in tag matches and
Right.
stuff, but they're not defending no belts. So
Yeah.
it's
Y'all,
kind of confusing to me.
y'all remember when JBL said that if you was to build a company, you will build it like Randy Orton?
Yeah.
oh yeah, he said you were to build a top superstar for a company,
Start
you would you
build it
would
like
build
Randy
Randy,
Orton.
you would build it like Randy Orton.
Gunther is the standard of wrestling,
Exactly. And he's
and
being
you
booked
need to
way
build
better than anybody.
SmackDown, and you need to build SmackDown around Gunther. I
Yeah.
said it first.
And I like the
Yeah.
way they're. And speaking of Gunther, I'm liking the way they're actually booking him to fight like top tier, multi-time champions and stuff, versus just facing somebody that never had a belt before.
And for anybody that said that,
Hint solo.
and for anybody that said that that old school wrestling don't work, Gunther just proved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He
But
did.
Chris, what did you think about the Carmelo match?
The Carmelo Hayes match, it was definitely good. I don't have anything bad to say about it. They went out there, did their thing, took it to another level. And this is that match that they did is something like you will actually like see on NXT. That's why I turned on to NXT, because I see matches how they did their 5 matches in total. It's something like I said, it's same thing that I see on NXT, and it's like if it's like I'm wanting to watch some good wrestling, so I'm gonna watch that, and their match was about what you'll see on there. So I definitely did enjoy the match though.
All right, all right. Shay, what did you think about this Carmelo match?
It was good. I already knew Andrade was going to win. Like hands down, I already knew that he was going to win. I was kind of surprised, like they was going. I mean, not really surprised because they have chemistry together. Like Cam Andrade, LA Knight, Escobar, all of them have chemistry together when they wrestle. So they was going toe for toe. Like I was like, only one person can win. So when Andrade won, I was kind of happy, but I already know that he's gonna lose anyway. But that Carmelo is probably gonna come out when Andrade is with the win. So we'll see how it goes. But it was basically the best match of the night. Basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Um, Speaking of tag teams, we did get a backstage segment with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, where they basically was talking about how they little spell where they had the titles, they lost it but got it back, and they pretty much was like almost saying like they putting everybody on notice, and then they would get confronted by Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax, who kind of like teased that they may be trying to come at them for the title. I don't know. 'Cause it was kind of weird that they would have them two kind of like tease them, because she was saying like, I think Nia said something about this is her, kingdom and whatnot, and say it almost insinuating that they only got the tag titles that because they wasn't going after them, but that don't forget that she beat them to become the women's champion in that tournament, in the King of the Ring tournament. So then also teased that they might be gearing up for Bianca or Jade to be going after Nia too. So kind of teased that as well. But then we'll get to the final segment of the night, which is Roman Reigns coming out. And I like how they started off with Nick Aldis, and he was trying to break everything down. And Roman just said, like he was Paul Heyman. My boy Nick was like, "All right." I mean, he had him the contract. He was like, "No, I ain't want the mic." And Nick was just like, I'm not Paul. I'm not here for this. But he gave him the mic and just let him talk. And Roman basically said he reminded everybody, don't get things twisted. This is still my ring. This is still my SmackDown. This is still my WWE. Um, he don't need Cody Rhodes to help him or whatnot. And that he based in this whole match with the bloodline thing. But he would get interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who would take exception to what he said about this being his WWE and this, everything like that. He said, he said, you said this is your WWE, this is your ring. Said it was, but hasn't been since WrestleMania. And then they will get into each other's face, teasing that we eventually probably will get a Cody versus Roman again sometime down the line. But Solo Sikoa will come out with Jacob Fatu. And I will admit this. This was pretty good just for the fact that my boy Jacob kept looking crazy as he was doing this in his eyes. He was just all wild, like,
I love you, Solo.
like, why is he looking
I know
wild?
I know he's like. I bet he was. I know he was. I can't wait to go.
I was just like,
I mean,
what?
he was praying. He was like,
This man's an animal. And I forgot to mention earlier in the Cody Rhodes match when Jacob got into the cage with Roman, the crowd was so hyped, more hyped than they was throughout the whole match for that one particular segment.
Yeah.
that's why I said we got a problem. But I'm gonna save my theory.
But so Solo comes out with Jacob looking crazy with his prayer hands, and he's like, he don't like you. He the one who beat you. And but then they would get jumped. Obviously, Tonga Loa would come out. They will start to brawl. But Cody Rhodes and them dispatched them pretty quickly. Then Roman picks up the contract, signs it, and then Cody reluctantly comes over, sticks out his hand, signs the contract too, after saying he wasn't going to sign it, and now it's official. We got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes teaming up and going up against the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. With Solo Sikoa, with Jacob still looking crazy, like his whole part in that segment was just looking crazy at Solo with the prayer hands, and Solo saying that you messed up now, and that's how we ended it Friday Night SmackDown. That was a pretty. Jacob made that segment so much funny because I just couldn't stop laughing at the fact that he was looking at him crazy. But that's my thoughts, Chris. What did you think about it?
All right. So one moment that I've noticed, it might just be me, it might just be my opinion, but when of course Roman, asked for the mic, and then Cody was the part that got me when Cody was walking down to the ramp. He had the title in his hand, and you can tell the camera kept going back to Roman, like Roman was looking directly at the title. He wasn't
Oh
looking
yeah,
at Cody.
they did that
he
on purpose
yeah,
because
and he
that's
looked.
what he been doing that since he came back and helped Cody that first time. He stares at the title. He basically said, "I want my title back."
Yeah.
And then the next part that got me, Cody Rhodes was teasing Roman, where when Cody walked up on walked up the steps and walked up on the apron, and he's gonna hang the belt over the rope. I'm like, what is this? I was like, come on now, Cody. But when Cody spoke and he said what he had to say, Cody seemed like he was that legit, like champion on the mic. He's not like, all nitty gritty, like, so what you guys want to talk about and all that stuff. He was like, you know, just imagine like if right, he was like very serious, was saying that, hey, this is not, this is not your WWE no more. This is not your ring and all that stuff or whatever. And so I was like, man, but like I said, Roman was
his
definitely.
interest was teasing Roman too, because you realize when Cody came out, he basically did Roman's entrance. He slow walked his way to the ring, just like how Roman used to do.
Right.
That was also a tease at Roman.
Yeah. And as far as the rest of the thing go with Solo coming out, you can also hear. I mean, Solo and Jake were coming out. You can also hear where Solo was saying, "So you guys are friends now? So you guys friends?"
Yeah, you guys are friends now.
Yeah,
he don't like you.
Yeah, he don't like you.
He beat you.
He beat
He's
you at
not gonna sign
WrestleMania.
it.
He ain't gonna sign, and he kept repeating it over and over again. And as you can see, Solo was like freaking, not Solo, but Jacob. He was over there bucking his eyes, boy. I was like, man, I know he definitely was like, I know he was definitely like, he was like, Solo, I'm gonna beat you or whatever and stuff like that. So, so I know he definitely wants to get back at us. I know he definitely wants to get back at Solo, for not being able to fight Cody Rhodes for his championship. But I really kind of hope we do get that get that adventure between a match between Jacob and Cody at least. And what if Jacob does win the title?
Oh, he will. He's going to win it eventually.
Yeah,
he's that good. But
Right.
he's good.
yeah, you got to be in WWE for only what 2 or 3 weeks and win a tag title. And Solo been there for like a year or two, ain't won nothing. that North American Championship don't count.
They mentioned that too. He haven't held a title since the North American Championship.
Yeah, that don't count because he took it and tried to go to the main roster.
Because Solo's trash, that's why.
Oh Lord!
Well,
speaking of which,
should have stayed his ass.
Man, Hector, go ahead.
Again, here we go. This is one of those moments where we don't need certain things. Cody Rhodes, when you need you, get out.
Here we
You
go.
talked you took all that trash about, oh, I'm not gonna sign it. I'm done with the bloodline with your lips. Do me a favor. Stay where you're at then. If you're done with the bloodline, then why are you coming out to sign the contract anyway?
Yo,
I mean, we all knew he was
you.
going to sign the contract, but
Thank you.
I think he basically was trying to make it seem like he only came out because of what Roman said.
What did Roman say that was so bad that this is his ring? It is. Listen, here we go again. It's one of those moments. Hey, yo, Cody, come to the camera. Camera shave. It's your turn. This is you. This is on you
Oh
now.
man, dang.
You did
Cody?
this to yourself.
Oh, man.
You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. Your title run has been booked trash, so you're trash. Sorry. We got to do what we got to call it the way we call it. Okay. You came back to WWE, you had your title shot, you lost. You got it again, you won. No one cares for your title. No one has cared. We care about Gunther's title reign more than we care about yours.
Wow.
We cared about Sami Zayn's IC title run than we care about yours.
Bullet fragment.
It was booked just that good.
Now, and I'm gonna go even further. Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm pulling my. I'm throwing all the shots. We care about Braun Breaker's IC title run than we care about you and your title.
Wow.
You want to know what's so crazy? Is that last night segment when Roman Reigns was talking and your music hit, people booed you.
Oh yeah, and you can see people, yeah, and they were thumbs them down too.
If that isn't nobody, but don't get me wrong. Again, there's gonna be people behind Cody. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying nobody cares.
Right.
Wow.
You want to know what's crazier? What the crowd got more excited for Jacob and Roman face-off than your match against Solo.
They had to mute. They had to mute it because it was just that serious.
Yeah, they did mute it.
No, I think they was muting. They muted because people kept chanting "Holy S."
Yeah. Again, they're chanting more and going crazier for a face, eye contact between Jacob and Roman Reigns. Cody, again, come here, back at the camera. Nobody cares.
Right.
Nobody cares, bro. I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. Your run is trash. Your run is as trash as Solo Sikoa.
God damn.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
No,
I'm going crazy right now. You want to know why?
Lord, hold on now. We ain't gonna go that far.
Shit.
I'm going that far. Because honestly, your title run against who and what was worth it?
Booyah.
AJ Styles.
I could see the match with AJ Styles.
Was fire.
The match with AJ.
Was fire.
Other than
What was
that,
the next one? What was the next one after that?
But just house again, wasn't it? No, it was Logan Paul.
Yeah, it was Logan Paul. Then AJ Styles again.
Oh, okay.
mhm.
Okay.
And Logan
Who's
Paul,
talking?
that was the-
Who's talking about it?
Nobody.
I mean,
Okay.
I get when looking at it, that's the only thing they would talk about is the AJ Styles one.
Oh,
That's been
okay.
the best. That's been the best one. All his feuds.
I mean, the Logan Paul was better than Cody and Solo.
Logan Paul, yeah, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Was
Okay.
Solo
Yeah,
feud.
cool.
Okay. So again, when we talk about that, this is his ring. Yeah, it is. Nobody cares for you. We're excited that Roman is back. We're not excited that you're here still talking the same BS as always. Nobody cares. Okay. You say you're done with the bloodline, stay done with the bloodline. That would have been a perfect opportunity for Roman Reigns to sit there and say, I don't need Cody Rhodes. And boom, here comes a new member. Here comes a new family. Here comes Jimmy. Here comes somebody. You understand what I'm saying? You're back in the spotlight again because you want to sign a contract. Why do you want to sign a contract for? You're inserting yourself back into it. You just talked trash about how The Rock inserted himself in y'all problems, and you just did the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think Roman did say that too. He said, "This is family. I don't need no contract. This is bloodline. This is family.
This is family." And you just did the exact same thing that The Rock did. Inserted himself. You inserted yourself back into this bloodline problem. So now you're a target.
Cody's a bag of nuts.
You're not even
again.
He hates you.
Shout out to my boy Jacob Fatu. All right. Jacob Fatu is a psychopath. I've been saying that since the beginning.
Psycho, man.
Okay.
I'm just it was
Love
even
you
more.
so
It was even more. I mean, I know you guys probably talked about it already, but the bloodline with the Tonga brothers, and then Jacob himself without Solo looked at
Iconic.
yes, and like the way Jacob came and just blast what's called on NXT, I was like, well, dang.
When you got people screaming more for the other guy, and you're supposed to be the main guy, there's a problem.
Right.
I know
I
Triple H.
you know, I
Triple H
noticed
has to
that
see this.
I had noticed that too. That in the cage match, the only time the crowd went crazy like they did for Jacob Fatu is when Cody dived off the ropes. I
That
mean,
was
dived
it.
off the top of the cage.
That
That
was
was
it.
like
Yeah,
that was the time.
he
That
should
was
hit
the
a
only
he
time the
should have hit a
crowd
moonsault.
yelled just as much as they did for when
The the
Solo. I mean,
moment
when Jacob and Roman went face to face.
the moment that Jacob Fatu is present, the crowd goes wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
When he wasn't, and then when he wasn't there, when he had to wear that boot. Well, before he came
Even
back,
with the boot on.
Yeah,
Dragon Mother.
he is
but
a
they were
What
met, but the crowd
one-legged
was
man went
the
crazy.
the crowd the crowd
All
went
right, hold up, hold up,
oh,
hold
go
on,
ahead. I'm
hold on,
sorry. All right,
hold
we'll
on.
go
We
whoever's
gotta get the
next.
Shane. We gotta get the Shane.
Now we can get to. Go ahead, Shay.
No, okay, but one whoever.
Okay. Cody. I talked about this on
Uh oh.
TikTok. Cody. Why did you do that? You just want to be in a main event so bad. You doing what The Rock
Wow.
do. Sit your damn.
Wow.
Go sit down and go find a competitor. Go cry to KO and Randy. Nobody cares about you being in the bloodline. We don't want to see that, bruh. We want to see um
Wow.
not even Solo. We want to see Jacob versus Roman. I'd rather get that than see Solo versus, Roman. Let's just go ahead and do Jacob. We don't want to see Cody. Cody, you don't got nothing to do with it. And you know your boys is not going to be up for this. You know they're going to be like, why are you helping Roman out when he the main one? You never won the title. You know Jimmy and Jay going to come out to help Roman,
Oh yeah,
when
I saw it coming.
bloodline comes. So why is you even trying? You're going to be up in there in the little corner by yourself. Because you ain't part of the family. That's family business, bro. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
I rather I rather
Hey,
I rather have Sami Zayn a part of this thing right now.
right. Not Cody.
Exactly.
He can actually wrestle.
I
Wow.
said this earlier. I think
He's an honorary oos.
the whole tag team match in itself was a left field booking because I actually rather
That's
would have had
ass.
Solo versus Roman and
Mm-hmm.
Cody versus somebody else for the title than both of them being in the tag team match going up against Solo or Jacob.
The
Like
hell are
I
y'all doing a
actually
tag
wanted,
match for?
like, because don't
For
get me
bad
wrong,
blood.
I hear what y'all saying, but I actually wanted to see Cody defend the title at Bad Blood instead of being
Me
a
Right.
too.
tag
Instead of
team.
some tag,
I
man. It
didn't
ain't no
want.
t-
I didn't
it ain't no
want
Yeah.
to see.
tag belts out there.
I didn't want to see a tag match between with Roman and Cody and two people of the bloodline. I wanted them to all have a singles match.
Why
You
you
could
gotta
have gave us
what
Cody versus Jacob and it just did Solo and Roman.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping that
Wow.
you would do. But then this whole,
Wow.
because I figured, I'm like,
This is
okay,
some
maybe this is what I thought the whole proposal that Nick was saying was that, okay, we was going to get two one-on-one matches where Solo was going to take on Roman, Jacob wanted to take on Cody, but we end up getting a
yeah.
tag team match. I'm like, that was so left field.
Yeah,
Like,
that
That's
was just
I
stupid.
care. I
like I
Cody.
said, that
Cody
was
is my
like I
man, and I
said, that
wanted
was
him to
ass.
defend the title. I wanted him to defend the title, not being a tag team match against
For what?
Roman.
Because now you're gonna have a tag team match for what?
Yeah, like
Everybody's
what
gonna
was the
Yeah.
point?
everybody's gonna overshine Solo. Solo's gonna get overshined by Jacob alone. Cody's
Like
gonna
what
get
was
overshined by Jacob.
like
Wow.
what was the point of that? In
I
my opinion,
guarantee you, Bad Blood. I guarantee you, the moment that Jacob gets tagged in the ring and Roman is standing across from him, that crowd is going to lose their minds.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
But you know what Solo gonna do? Come back, tag me
Come
in.
back out. Yep.
Yeah.
You know Solo.
That or no, that or Solo gonna tag himself in.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
And I also hate that spot to I'm sorry to stop anybody's thing, but I also hate that part when they kind of slowly did it where Solo ended up getting pulled out, and then after
Oh,
then a little while
you
later,
mean he pulled out Jacob?
yeah, and then Jacob pulled him out, and I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
So, but with this tag match that they got playing here,
Stupid.
they're gonna try to up the ante for it or whatever. They're gonna try to make it a false count anywhere or something like that to make us
They got to.
interested in it.
It's a pay per view of Bad Blood. If anything, Bad Blood was almost all the matches was almost like hardcore matches.
It
And
Right.
Bad
should
Blood for a reason.
it should have been Roman and Solo, or
That's
Roman
what
and
I'm
Jacob.
saying. I was hoping they would say it'd be Roman versus Solo in the first Blood match. It would be poetic.
It should have been. It should have been.
And
We
then
need to tweet.
Cody would have to defend the
Wow.
title against somebody, anybody. Could have been Jacob Fatu, could have been anybody. I just wanted him to defend the title. And then when they said, "Oh no, we're gonna do this tag team match," and they actually went through with it, I'm like, that was left field book because that wasn't even on the radar. Nobody
That was
said
dumb.
nothing like that. That
That
was
was
But yeah,
dumb.
dumb.
That was dumb.
But
Um,
Shane, what did you I know you said you had some problems with this, so go ahead.
this was bad all the way, and I'm gonna explain reasons why.
Otis could have been
One,
better.
when we had that segment with Jacob and Roman in the ring, that crowd went berserk. Okay. Um, Jacob is a star.
Yeah.
Let's just cut the chase here. Jacob is a star. Two, we did this angle for what? I don't know. Uh, and it's gonna look stupid because at the end of the day, Solo is the only person that's going to take the pin.
Yeah,
They not they not going to make Cody take the pin. Roman's damn sure not taking the pin,
he's definitely not taking.
and Jacob is not taking the pin.
Definitely not.
No
Hell
way,
no.
no how. The problem is that Jacob is overshining Solo,
Yeah.
and it's making Solo look bad.
Yep.
Took that man tag title.
Solo won this year 3 matches out of 37.
Dang.
That's
Solo lost to
ridiculous.
Cody Rhodes twice. This is not good if he's supposed to play this tribal chief role.
Nope.
It's not good at all. Triple H, this is the part where I need you to come here.
There we
The
go.
camera of shame is on you.
And bring
I'm
that little
sorry.
Never
ass to the
said
I
camera.
nobody.
understand. I understand that Solo is related to The Rock and whatever. This is the part that you need to tell the truth. You need to tell The Rock that Solo is bad. It's bad. This is bad. You need to tell the truth. The truth is Solo was bad. Jacob looks believable. Solo should have been Jacob.
Mm-hmm. Even Tomatonga's better than
And I think this was the problem when they put Solo in the bloodline because the bloodline was becoming baby faces.
Yep.
So you try to take a serious force and put them in this cheesy. I'm not saying that the bloodline, but when Sami Zayn came along, it started to become more of a baby face.
Yeah.
It became a baby face group.
Right.
So the booking was all wrong for Solo in the beginning.
Yeah, because as soon as he came into the bloodline, he did nothing.
That's what I mean. And for the simple fact that the bloodline was transforming to baby faces.
Mm-hmm.
You got this dude that's supposed to be a badass,
Whoa.
and he can't play that role into a babyface group. It don't work. That's what it was. So Solo booking been bad from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
However, we tried to fix it when he beat John Cena, and he lost ever since. So where do we believe that he's this new bad guy when everybody's just going to remember him for the booking? You see how the booking plays a part in the character?
Mm-hmm.
The booking is trash. So when
Yeah.
you book trash, everybody's going to remember you as, yo, you lost 37 times. We don't
You
remember the
trash.
wins. It
You
don't
trash.
matter.
You're
It
trash.
don't matter. Mind you, he lost to Cody twice. So what that tells you, you can't get the job done. Now it's
It was
now
bad.
if Jacob I hope they do this booking just on purpose. If Jacob demolish Cody and Roman and Jacob actually wins the match, Solo gonna look dumb bad.
Yeah.
Roman's not gonna look bad. Cody's not gonna look bad because Cody's the champ, Roman's the man. It- this is the problem right here. Like how can we believe it? We can't believe it.
You can't.
It-
No,
We
you
can't,
can't.
we can't believe into this Suge Knight looking guy. Nobody's gonna believe you.
Yep.
If you know what I mean, nobody's gonna believe you after a while. It's gonna be like, man,
That's
get
why
this
I
guy
said that
out of
this
here.
this this bloodline is it compared to the OG bloodline is bad. It's
Listen,
terrible.
this bloodline story should have been dead after WrestleMania.
It should have been. It should have been over.
Yeah.
It's like we're trying to. It's like the NWO. You can't make that magic happen again.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't.
Yeah,
Now I admit bringing in Jacob and
yeah.
Gorilla Dynasty, that's a good look. Don't get it wrong. Now don't get it wrong. Not saying that. That's a good look. But this is bad. This is you build this force of a team for what?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What was the point? And this comes to booking again. They booking Jacob like how Solo should have been booked from the beginning.
I've been saying that. I've been screaming that.
This is bad. That
It
tag
is.
team match is going to be bad. And again, Solo's going to lose again because he's going to take the pin. Like, what are we doing? We just putting Solo in a bad. This is how you know Triple H don't like Solo because we just putting Solo in bad spots. And this is not
Yep.
good.
Yep.
This is the part where you need to tell the Rock and Roman Reigns, yo, look, man, your man's is trash.
This
I
ain't
can't do
working.
nothing with him. It ain't working. Can't do nothing with him.
Nobody's getting behind him, bro.
And it's
Nobody's
not
getting behind
in
him.
it. And listen, I'm not dissing Solo.
No
I
way.
seen him in
No
NXT.
way,
I
no
seen
how.
him.
Like it's just impossible to get behind him at this point.
Yeah, because the of the booking from WrestleMania. What was it? WrestleMania 39. From that booking on, it's been bad since. You can't put them in a group that's transforming to baby faces. It's not gonna work. And it proves it. That long-term storytelling just proved that it don't work. It don't work because you see it. You see it now. You put him in a match with John Cena. He demolished John Cena. I'm like, all right, bet we gonna go somewhere with this. And he lost ever since.
Went nowhere
My
with it.
man this year, my man this year
Like
got three
I
wins.
always said that was the worst. That was the worst booking ever to have Solo beat John Cena and then don't do nothing but lose ever since
Yeah,
then up
yeah.
until he finally started
Because the
winning matches. That
bloodline
was
was
like the
the
worst booking
bloodline
ever.
at that time. The bloodline was baby faces. They was loved. They was loved. Solo didn't fit that role. You should have had Solo turn.
Mm.
We didn't need Jay and Jimmy because they was already loved. They was already loved, man. You didn't need it. We didn't need the brother versus brother. We didn't need that. That's why I said this long-term booking with Solo hurt it Solo. He came up from NXT too fast, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
You
Oh
put
yeah.
him in
He
his
definitely came up from
bloodline, and it
NXT.
don't work. Now you're gonna put him in this tag match, and he's gonna take the pin. He's gonna lose again. What do we do? What do we do? And Jacob, when that time come, he's gonna be like, "Yo, you couldn't get the job done." Simple. And that's how we turn Jacob there.
Yep.
Simple.
I'll turn on
You
them.
couldn't get the job done. You
Yeah.
can't get the job done. Let me take over from here.
Yep.
That's when we're gonna get Zilla Vatu. I'm just saying. But when that time
Well,
come, it's gonna happen. It's bad. As I feel bad for Solo. I do.
I do too.
It's
I do too.
bad.
Cause he
I
he
don't.
had promise coming out of NXT, and then they
Yeah,
just took him out
yo, I
of
mean a
NXT
four
way too
beast in
soon.
NXT. Don't get it confused, yo. When I say this, four beast in NXT. But when you came to the main roster and when you got booked into this bloodline, and the bloodline was becoming baby faces, and you were supposed to be this bad guy, it didn't work, and it didn't work now, and it's showing it now, and it's showing how Triple H booking is. It's not working.
Time to wake up, Triple H.
Vince McMahon would have been got rid of him.
Yeah.
No disrespect. Listen. It's one thing I can say about Vince McMahon's booking. It's been it's trash. But also, like with that whole Damian Priest when he messed up, oh, the title would have been off of him. When he messed up that pinfall, the title would have been off of him
Oh yeah,
immediately.
Vince wanted to play that. Vince wanted to play
Yeah,
Oh
that.
Vince would have been like,
no.
yo, nah, Seth Rollins gonna win the match. Easy. We
Yeah,
keep
he would
putting
have done it
Solo.
right then and there in that match. You would have told the ref, "Hey, look, screw that. We putting Seth over. Put the belt on Seth."
Yeah, this bloodline should have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we continuing a story that's dragging like we did with the NWO. It's dragging.
Yep.
But
Mhm.
shout out to Jacob Fatu though. I'm glad he came. Glad he came. Glad the Gorilla Dynasty came. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But at the same time, we dragging this for what? This is just a drag. This is killing. Because the only person that's going to really shine from that whole group is Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jacob and Zilla when Zilla do come over. That's the
Right.
only two people that's going to shine in that whole entire group.
What about Tomatonga?
Hey, look,
Yeah.
we're gonna table this talk for another day.
Yeah.
We're
No,
gonna
we're done.
table this talk for another day. But no, yeah, SmackDown definitely had its problems.
Ooh.
Before we go, we're gonna give our rating. For me, the fact that this was a season premiere, 20-some years since they was on USA Network, and we only kind of got like 3 segments that was worth a damn. Excuse my language, but to get that point across, I say it was a oof, 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10.
Ooh.
Damn near a 5, but I would say it was a 6 because I did enjoy that whole Roman Reigns promo, and then the Carmelo Hayes and the Cody Rhodes versus Solo match. So yeah, for me, it was a 6 out of 10. Hector, what did you got?
1 out of 10.
Jesus Christ.
You're lucky I didn't even give it that. Take away the Carmelo Hayes and Andrade match. What'd you have?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not even Roman? Not even an appearance from Roman.
Only that, but that's the only thing that was good.
Oh, y'all.
Chris,
Yep.
what did you give it?
I'll give it like a 6.7 out of 10.
Okay.
Cool. That's average.
Well, no, 6 is above average, so he gave you even a little bit more.
Yeah. That's above average. Yeah, that's a little above average. I meant to say.
Shay, what would you give it?
I
She'll
want to
give
say
it.
5.5.
Oh,
I
I
want
thought
to
she
say
said she
five
was
and a
giving it
half, but my mind is telling me 6 because of the Roman, so I'll give it a 6 because of Roman.
Yeah. And Shane, what would you give SmackDown?
I'm with Hector. I mean, that's a one. I'm with
One.
Hector. This
One.
one.
Goodness
Dude,
Lord.
besides the Roman Reigns appearance, that's always going to be a thing. And besides Carmelo and Andrade, I mean, it was.
And that's what I meant. Like it was
I ain't gonna
like
lie. I was watching TNA pay per view like a lot more than SmackDown, so I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like I really was.
that's why I said like besides the opening match, the final match with Andrade and the promo with Roman, like everything else was pretty much like a typical boring average SmackDown.
Are you
Like
I
it
watching?
was
was
getting ready
Watching
for watching SmackDown. I was getting ready for my UFC and boxing fight tonight.
Yeah, I was watching TNA.
Are you watching Victory
They
Road?
had bangers. They had
yeah.
bangers.
Hey, what was Victory Road on?
TNA Plus. That Nick Nemeth and Moose match. Boy,
Yeah,
that,
Moose.
that-
Yeah, Moose.
that Josh Alexander match with Joe Hendry. Oh my God, I know. Before we go, I'm sorry, but Josh Alexander out Russell Joe Hendry. Good God, I meant just out. I mean, wrestled. When I say
That's for another
wrestling,
talk.
Yeah, that's for
yeah,
another time.
but I know. I just had to bring that up. But overall, it was a great pay per view. Good God, it was.
But we all do believe in Joe Hendry. But will we
Oh, of
say
course.
this is the end? Yeah, SmackDown was it was a little bit of a letdown for the being the season premiere. But as always, we're gonna end the show by saying this: subscribe to the Rest of the Pit podcast for more of these type of
Subscribe.
videos.
And y'all, and get
Watch
rid of that bum looking S on the SmackDown logo too. That SmackDown logo trash. Get rid of
Nah, that
that.
go
That
hard.
joint garbage.
That goes hard.
Nah, that joint trash.
It's
Nah,
the
that
That
go
S
joint.
hard.
and the T put together. They made the
Nah,
S
That
and the
goes
T.
hard. Nah, that goes hard. That goes hard.
nah, that
Nah,
joint trash.
that logo goes hard. Nah, that logo
Like,
goes hard.
We need to bring back the old stage. You feel me with the
With the
what's the
fist.
name? Yeah, we need that, bro. This
They
man.
said that would never come back because it was a pain to haul and set up and take down.
I can imagine. Yeah, that big
That was
old
Big
thing.
Show's hand, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
But no, yeah. So
And
subscribe to
that
the rest
itchy
of the
butt.
podcast if you haven't already. Get over to Chris Wrestling
Oh
Views.
man.
Subscribe to his channel because
Sir.
man's almost
Subscribe.
to that first plat. I will keep saying it
Yes,
until he gets it.
sir.
And as always, subscribe to Shay's channel, which is I try to remember nothing but the rules.
Know
I
the
think it's it.
rules.
Know
Yeah,
the rules.
know the
Know the
rules.
rules.
Know
Know
the
the
rules.
rules.
I
Know the
like
rules.
that.
All right.
I
Nothing
like
but
Know
that.
the
the rules.
rules.
I like
And
that.
as always, subscribe to my channel, a little bit Mad Gaming, but subscribe to Rest of the Pit podcast first. Before any of all that, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you Sunday. We most likely going to be talking about some more of this booking crap from WWE. But yeah, to the next one. As we always say, sign out with Wrestling Pit Podcast, baby.
Wrestling Pit Podcast. Let's go.
Podcast.
Let's go.